Hello again, and welcome back to my blog. I'm going to read a little more from the Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire, the chapter on coincidence, and this is a little section called Attention and Intention. Consciousness orchestrates its activity in response to both attention and intention. Whatever you put your attention on becomes energized. Whatever you take your attention away from dwindles. On the other hand, intention is the key to transformation, as we have seen. So you could say that attention activates the energy field and intention activates the information field, which causes transformation. Every time you speak, you transmit information through an energy field using sound waves. Every time you send or receive email, you use both information and energy. There is information in the words you select, and the energy is the electromagnetic impulse that travels through cyberspace. Information and energy are inseparably connected. Have you ever noticed how, when you start paying attention to a particular word or color or object, that everything seems to appear more often in your environment? My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle. I never really paid much attention to cars, and I rarely noticed Volkswagens on the road. But after I bought my Beetle, I saw them everywhere. It seemed that every third car on the road was a red convertible Beetle. It's not that these little cars were playing a bigger part in the universe, but my attention to them made anything associated with Beetles pop into my field of attention. And Dennis Waitley talks about that. It's actually a component of your system, your biochemical system, the reticular activating system, RAS, that causes you to pay attention to things. Millions of things happen every day that never penetrate our conscious minds. Sounds from the street, conversations of people around us, newspaper articles that our eyes quickly scan, patterns on clothing, shoe colors, smells, textures, flavors. Our consciousness can handle only so much information, so we have selective attention. Whatever we choose to focus our attention on will make it past the mind's filtering system. For example, imagine that I'm talking to you at a party. You and I are having an interesting conversation, and the rest of the party is buzzing in the background. But then somebody at the end of the room starts talking about you, and suddenly you start listening to what's being said. The buzz of the party disappears, and even though I might be standing right next to you, talking in your ear, you don't hear me. Such is the power of attention. In the physical world, we have many different ways of acquiring information. Newspapers, books, television, radio, cell phone conversations, shortwave radios. All these ways of tapping into various kinds of information, and many more, are readily available to us. You can simply tune into them with your sensory apparatus. Look, listen, feel, smell, taste the environment around you. But if you want to tap into the information at the level of the soul, you need a different way to get the information. We don't normally have our attention in that unseen dimension, but everything that's happening in the visible world has its roots there. Everything is connected with everything else. In the spiritual world, those connections become visible. But in the physical world, we only glimpse the connections in the clues given to us through coincidence. As our attention creates energy, and intention brings about the transformation of that energy. Attention and intention are the most powerful tools of the spiritually adept. They are the triggers for attracting both a certain kind of energy and a certain kind of information. So the more attention you put on coincidences, the more you attract other coincidences, which will help you clarify their meaning. Putting your attention on the coincidence attracts the energy, and then asking the question, what does it mean, attracts the information. The answer might come as a certain insight or intuitive feeling or an encounter or a new relationship. You may experience 4 seemingly unrelated coincidences, then watch the evening news and have an insight. Aha! That's what they meant for me. The more attention you put on coincidences and the more you inquire into their significance, the more often the coincidences occur and the more clearly their meaning comes into view. Once you can see and interpret the coincidences, your path to fulfillment emerges. In most people's experience, the past resides only in memory and the future resides only in imagination. But at the spiritual level, the past and the future and all the different probabilities of life exist simultaneously. Everything is happening all at once. It's as if I'm playing a CD and the CD has 25 tracks, but at the moment I'm listening to only track 1. Those other tracks are still on the CD at this very moment. I'm just not hearing them. And if I'm unaware of them, I may assume they don't exist. If I had a track changer for my life experience, I could listen to yesterday, today, or tomorrow with equal ease. People who are tuned into the deeper self can access this deeper domain because this self is not separate from the universe. The Buddhists say that your self is an inner being that is interlinked with all that exists. You are inseparably part of the cosmic quantum soup. Then he talks, the next little section is about nurturing coincidence, but I'm not going to go into that now. So I'm just going to leave it at that and say, make it a great day, and bye for now.